Hello everybody, welcome to episode 7 of the Tamagotchi V3 series here, the Tamagotchi Connection V3. I was kind of trying to plan out this video because we have our beautiful Tamagotchi right here, and if the internet was telling me the truth, then we should be meeting up with a specific marriage lady soon, you know? I mean, look at this, you see that? Look at the timing. We're gonna be right on that. We're hopefully to meet a marriage lady. Come on, marriage lady, come on. Oh, yeah. Who's the first candidate? Why? Yeah, we'll love him. I planned too far in this video. We're gonna marry the worm. The worm is the word. My beautiful boy is gonna marry a very, very hideous woman. It's okay. It was love, and look at that. They made an adorable little child, and that pretty much is this whole little sequence. Yeah, all that planning I just did there was just so I can get away with that. In terms of other good news, though, we can go into this little thing here, and we're gonna go inside the point thing. Donation for our king. See, I think I could get away with just doing 7. Let's see. So that should put us in the 1,000-point marker, I think. Oh, yeah, there we go. So as long as you don't donate like 1,000 points to your king, thank you very much. And there you go. We donated to him. I don't know what the point of donating money to him is. But there we go. We donated to our king. Our king has made donations. And now we have whatever's going on in there. Besides that, nothing much really going on in this device. I probably should have done planning for this video, but I did not do a single bit of planning. I pretty much looked up when my Tamagotchi was going to get married, like 10 minutes before this, and I was like, oh, let's go start making a video. Cause I'm in between video making stuff right now, and before that I was playing Sonic Frontiers, cause I was wanting to replay that game. My girlfriend was like, let's play a Sonic game, and I was like, okay, and then start playing Sonic Frontiers, and oh, I have not played that game since the update, and oh my goodness, that game is so good now. Like originally, it was already a really good game. Now, it's like even better, and I'm like, ah! You know, it's the whole moment for me. I'm like now just going from the beginning and gonna go to the end, and then try all the other things I haven't tried yet in the game, like the extra characters and stuff, and the new boss, because I think they redid the final boss, and I never actually did that. I don't know. There's a bunch of things I missed out on in Sonic Frontier, but oh well. For right now, we got our fat Tamagotchis here. One fat father unit, I should say. Remember, Zeo is a boy. It wasn't until the V4 when they decided to make this one like a woman. So that's the joys of this device. It's kind of always funny to think about that sometimes. But I know that's like mainly just the growing pains of a series that like originally didn't have gender roles, so it's kind of funny to think, like, the growth of Tamagotchi sometimes, and, like, how they kind of did some weird steps around and stuff like that. I don't know, very interesting idea sometimes. But, overall, we're doing pretty decent now. We got the baby and everything. We're doing pretty decently. We'll pretty much be stuck with these two beautiful, beautiful Tamas for a little bit of time. I don't know if she or he will abandon the child immediately. Because, you know, at some point, father gotta go get milk and cigarettes. And father's never coming back. Because that's what all good dads do. I'm kidding. That's what dads should not be doing. Though I can't say much on experience there. I'm kidding. But, yeah, just one of those moments where it's like, oh well, my Tamagotchi's gonna be a bad father, and I get to take care of him. I get to be the good parent in this situation. Well, grandparent, I should say, because my Tamagotchi and the mother abandoned. Like, the both of them left him. Like, that's kind of crazy thing about that, isn't it? Does that mean, like, this now, like, in the family tree thing? Let's see. History, nope. Okay, nope, not yet. Okay, so you can't use any of those functions just yet. So, quite sad. But overall, pretty cool day, I say. Let's check these shop items, because I haven't really done this much today. We got a bow. We got an energy drink. A ball. A plant. Let's buy the bow. And while we're at it, let's get the plant. And the rest of them, I'm not that interested in. So, we'll buy the energy drink, because why not? Might as well have fun with that. And while we're at it, we're going to check out the items. Let's see. We're going to mess around with the plant first, because, you know, the plant will give us something. There's the bow. Look at that. Hello Kitty as heck. Look at that. Everyone wants to talk about Hello Kitty. Talk about my boy Zeo over here. Looking freaking fabulous. Gotta love him. I'm loving him. Nothing's gonna beat my boy being fabulous as all heck over here. And of course, besides being fabulous, we also have plant. What's gonna happen in the plant? You can't be doing negative things to the boy. No, negative things have happened to the boy. Does that mean we lost our, was it? Wait, no, it isn't. Okay. I don't know what the point of that is sometimes then. But okay, we're gonna mess around with our Get Music notes, because we don't really have too much to really talk about. The main thing in this episode was kind of just showing off, like, the marriage. I probably should have looked up passwords, but I'm not great at remembering things. But oh well, we did marriage things at least. Our boy got married, and our boy did pretty much got a wife, had a child, wife left him, and now our boy gets to be a single father till he decides to abandon this child, because this is like Tamagotchi logic. Once you have a child, you gotta abandon your child at some point. This is what I'm glad about, like, in the later devices, when, like, the parents could come back and visit their child, because, man, I always hated the idea that, like, the parents just, like, leave their kid after the fact. It's like, man, you're never seeing them again. I know that was a thing that, like, pretty much started when the, what was it? The V5 did that. Because the V5 had, like, unlockable minigames, like, once you actually had parents in the device. So, like, you could, like, chill out with, like, the mom or dad unit, and you're like, ah! Which is great once, like, you start getting into that second generation, because, like, it feels, like, a bit nostalgic. Because you gotta remember, at some point, you were the parent figure, and now they're the parent figure, doing whatever. Like, it's awesome to see that. Though in these earlier devices, it's just kind of funny sometimes. You just get, like, a little memory book, like, yeah, this was your dad. Don't you miss him? Too bad you ain't seeing him again. Oh, you want to know more about your mother? Too bad she left you. She saw your face and was like, nope, too ugly. That's like Tamagotchi lore right there. Like, that's the genius lore of, like, Bandai's Tamagotchi lifestyle right there. Like, it's just the greatest thing of that whole entire little section. You just gotta deal with, like, whatever's going on with that half of the time. And BAM! We won! Because Get Music Note is such a fun game to me. I don't know. Something about it's so relaxing. I know most people don't like it because, like, it's so long and tedious. But, man, nothing ever gonna beat how much I love Get Music Note. No matter what device it's on, it's just such a fun game. And, of course, we might as well just, like, mess around with the other games I enjoy, because not much going on in this episode. So we're just gonna, like, have a chill moment here. And just kind of chill with our Tamagotchi. I don't know. I hope in the next run I am a little bit better on, like, weight management. Because, like, man, this whole run here was not that great of me. With weight management. We did pretty badly at that game. So that's great to know. But overall, we're doing pretty decently, I say. Nothing too kind of crazy, really. Main thing was just getting our Tamagotchi married, and we got him married. Yeah, like, I don't know. I really need to plan out these episodes sometimes. But, I'm going to try to remember in the next episode to at least look into passwords. Because I feel like we could probably start looking into that concept now. We'll be in the Gen 2 era too, so I think there'll be a bit more interesting stuff going on in Gen 2. Hopefully we can finally find like souvenirs and stuff, so that we can actually start like exploring this device a bit more. I will say this, every time like there's a first generation Tamagotchi run, it is always a bit slow, and that's just because it's trying to get you acclimated to the device. Because you gotta remember, some of us may be like experts and pros and like probably already used to Tamagotchi nonsense. But remember, there's someone out here whose first device is this, or is like something else. So sometimes you do gotta get acclimated to like the first generation. And like the idea that like after the first generation, like it's like the gate opens, and like that's a whole entire thing. And I think that works way better in the modern color era, even though I still prefer the gimmicks and like care mechanics of the original generations. I will hand off that like to the Paradise and like even the On, where like it just keeps opening doors and doors and doors, and you're like, I can't take it anymore, and it's like slaps you across the face like, more! I always love that. Now, to be honest, there is the negative side effect of that, where I'm probably going to call it more like slop or whatever, where it's like the Tamagotchi, like, smart. And sometimes the Uni, too, because sometimes content, for the sake of content, is just kind of bad. And I did love the Uni, and I sort of love the Smart. They're both, like, one of those things where it's like, it's cool sometimes, but sometimes you do get a little bit tired, and you kind of do just miss, like, solid mechanics over just content with a sprinkle of more content. I don't know. The Uni is a weird one. Same with the Smart. Both of them are a bit weird. They're like some of my least favorite devices. And at some point I'll probably run them on the series, on this channel, and probably gain some weird new appreciation for them. Well, I've already ran the Smart on this channel, and that was a weird little series run there. But overall, there's some of those devices where like I'll start messing around with them, and I'm like, bit weird. It's not my favorite, but I always got the classics to fall back on. And that's one thing I can appreciate Tamagotchi for doing, by the way. Like, even though both of them are done by Bandai, Digimon and Tamagotchi handle the aspects of nostalgia versus, like, the modern very differently. So, Digimon wants to, like, hold on to nostalgia, but also do new mechanics at the same time. And to be honest, that limits it very horribly. In Tamagotchi, you can have your nostalgia and, like, your wonderful, like, classic V-Pet mechanics with your color dessert, you know? Like, you can have those moments between both of them. Like, it's really awesome that you can, like, go back and forth between, like, different styles of stuff like that. I just wish, like, Digimon would get back to that point again, because, like, Digimon was leading up to that, and sadly, Digimon didn't get to do that completely, because, like, in Digimon, you went from, like, the Pendulums to the Pendulum Progress to, like, the X and the XL. Like, it was leading up to somewhere. And then it sadly just kind of, like, fluttered out. Like, kind of just burnt out, sadly. Which I know that's more on the fault of, like, Digimon not doing well as, like, it progressed in the early 2000s. Which, hey, you can blame Bandai on that, too. Who knew Digimon needed to get edgy? Who knew Digimon needed this or that? Like, it didn't really need that. It's one of those things where, like, Tamagotchi had the advantage of having a breakpoint. Digimon did not have that advantage. Because as y'all know, or maybe some of y'all know, but at some point in, like, the 90s, the lampshade, like, closed, like, turned off for, like, or got closed on. The door, like, shut for Tamagotchi for a little bit there. And, of course, that little bit of break time allowed them to sort of come back later on with the connection line. And now, after the connection line, it, like, Tamagotchi finally gained that, like, image and notoriety in a sense. Though, I think the best part of it is that they learned compared to some of the other ones. Because with Tamagotchi, you get, like, little sprinkles of devices. Like, sure, you get them consistently, but they're not, like, overwhelming. And that was the issue with, like, the 90s era, is that, like, besides having, like, Tamagotchi, you had other companies being like, more! More! Like, just full-on, like, insanity. I mean, look at Tiger. They made, like, 500 versions of the Gigapet. To the point where, like, they were, like, even they grew competition with, like, nano pets and stuff like that. Like, it was crazy to see each direction companies were taking just to take on the concept of a Tamagotchi. And then it didn't help that Bandai was also shooting themselves in the foot, and, like, they were like, hey, you like Tamagotchis? Have a Digimon. Hey, you like Tamagotchis? Have a magical witch. I'm not gonna grab my magical witch, but, like, you get the idea, like. And then at some point, like, Nintendo hopping in and being like, hey, you like Tamagotchis? And then they were like, have a Pocket Pikachu. Like, it kept just growing and growing. To the point where, like, you look at the Sega Dreamcast and in the PlayStation 1, too. Like, both of them had, like, their own weird concepts of, like, virtual pet gimmicks. Like, you, with the Dreamcast, they had the VMU and the Chow Garden. And even Seaman, if you look at that game. And then, of course, on the PS1 side, you had the Pocket Station and all of its nonsensical games that Bandai made and supported, too. Like, it's crazy to think about that. Like, while Bandai was just, like, pooping all these things out, like, they also were over there making games for the Pocket Station to make PS1 versions of, like, V-Pet games. Like, they were on, like, a whole new level at the time. Which makes sense, because, like, Bandai in the 90s and, like, early 2000s, they pretty much were, like, on, like, a really long growth period there. Well, I don't know if it was really a growth period, but, like, they attempted everything. They were making consoles, handhelds, investing in anime projects, investing in huge game projects. Like, they were doing anything. Which, I will say, like, early, like late 90s, early 2000s Bandai, one of my favorite types of Bandai. Man, I love Dot Hack, and I love all the weird anime games they made. And, like, it just, I look back at that era, and I'm like, oh, I miss that. Like, you might, like, turn on the PS2, you got, like, sure, you had, like, whatever games, but then you'd be like, that Gundam game, another Gundam game, and then they're like, Dot Hack, and they're like, it was amazing. And then, meanwhile, you, like, leave, like, turn off the PlayStation 2, turn around, and they'd be like, Tamagotchi, Digimon, like, Talus Pod. Like, there was so much. Man, I, like, early 2000s Bandai, the effort and, like, the whole, like, overload of, like, content is so insane to, like, think about sometimes. But yeah, like, it's just kind of funny to think about that. That's pretty much all I have to say for this sort of episode here. Sorry for going on a weird, like, breakdown and talking points and stuff like that. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. And in the next episode, we'll maybe still have our beautiful, beautiful boy Zio. If not, he went out to go get cigarettes and milk, and who knows when he'll come back. We'll find out next time in the Tamagotchi Connection V3 series. And I'll see everyone later. Bye-bye-bye. Grab. Put away. And now I leave.